And Rod Fagese to do the kick returning today. Daniel will also be pressed into service, playing a defensive back position with an injury to John Preston. The New Jersey defensive secondary really hurt by injuries. Barbaro didn't come back this year. Gary couldn't come off of a surgery. And Preston was hurt last week, and Jerry Holmes is still not back to 100% because of a cracked bone in his leg. So Daniel is going to be a very busy young man today. And Dave Trout hits it high, and it carries well past the 5, down to the 3, where Donnell Daniel tries to go to the outside, and he's run down from behind at the 18-yard line by Mark McCants, who just rejoined the ball club. McCants was waived going into the season. He was the fellow who was with them the past 2 years and did most of their kick returning. Injuries opened a place for Mark to come back to the active roster, and we'll see him today. So it'll be Flutie with Walker and Carthen lined up behind him. Danny Knight, Clarence Collins, and Sam Bowers, the tight end. And they've given him the 19-yard line for the first snap of the game. They play on grass here at the University of Maryland. New home of the Stars, who come from Philadelphia to start this 85 season. And the handoff goes in the middle to Herschel Walker, who is 6'1", 225 pounds. Slashing over the right side, he produces almost a 6-yard pickup before Mike Johnson, an inside linebacker, brings him down. William Fuller, Dave Ofer, and Don Fielder, the down 3 for the Stars, with Jamison, Johnson, Mills, and Cooper. And Sam is carrying a tiny microphone in his helmet today. Sutton, Lush, Gibson, and Lane, the defensive secondary. So it is 2nd down and 4 as Flutie turns and gives to Walker again. And Herschel picks his way close to a first down. Walker started up the middle, cut it to the outside, and he is very close to a first down. Mills and Ofer making the tackle. Pete Kugler is banged up, a groin pull, and did not start at nose tackle. Ofer is in there for him, 6'4", 260 out of Penn State.
And Keith, for that reason, I think that the New Jersey offense will try and attack the center of the Philadelphia defensive line to soften them up before they go to the outside.
It is 3rd down and a half a yard for New Jersey. The goal line defense goes in as Tobin immediately goes to work. They're set up in a goal line defense with 7 big people up. Flutie gives the ball to Walker. Herschel goes to the right side, spins off the stack, picks up the first down. They got stacked in there so tightly, the defensive people couldn't get a handle on the big guy from Georgia, and he just rolled it outside and picked up the first down.
That's a good move for Herschel. Normally when Herschel comes into the center of the line, if he doesn't have a hole, he just kind of bounces back, tries to drive forward. But here it's more of a natural move, an instinctive move. He actually rolls, goes with the flow, then gets to the outside to pick up the first down.
Ball is located near the 34 of New Jersey. The Generals coming in at 2-1, and the Stars 0-2-1. And Flutie back looks for his first pass. Gets it off to the sideline, and Clarence Collins is out of bounds. The pass is incomplete. Collins, the leading receiver for the New Jersey Generals. And I thought in restudying the game of last week that New Jersey pass receivers are going to have to sooner or later start respecting Flutie's scrambling ability and start coming back to the ball more.
Most receivers are taught at one point in their career that when the quarterback scrambles, you do have to come back to him. Something that they have to get adjusted to when they haven't had that kind of passer before.
Clarence Harmon replaces Carthen in the backfield for the Generals, 2nd down and 10. Flutie gives to Walker. Walker bounces to the outside. And coming up, the strong safety, Antonio Gibson, 195-pounder out of Cincinnati. And he is a good one. Walker picks up on the carry close to 4 yards. Had it not been for Gibson reading it the right way, Herschel might have broken that one big.
He certainly might have. He gets a real good hold at the line of scrimmage, but then he gets pursuit and pressure from number 94, Dave Ofer, and has to spring to the outside. Antonio Gibson was a cornerback for the Philadelphia Stars, now Baltimore, before they got Jonathan Sutton to bring him back on the inside at strong safety, his natural position.
3rd down and 6, and Flutie rolls it left this time. Gets his pass away, and the pass is intercepted by Garcia Lane. He took it away from Danny Knight. And the pass a little bit behind Knight. Lane just simply wrestled the ball away from him, and the Baltimore Stars' first possession will be on the New Jersey side of the field at about the 45.
Let's talk about matchups for a little bit, Keith. The secondary of the Baltimore Stars matches up very well against the receivers of New Jersey. I don't think the receivers of New Jersey can take them on man-to-man coverage consistently and win throughout the afternoon. Here, Garcia Lane has excellent position. The ball is thrown behind him, which now gives him the advantage for the pickoff, and he comes up with a great catch.
And so the Stars, who have been hurt by mistakes and turnovers, will now try to cash in a mistake by New Jersey, who had been the 2-year starter for them. Still can't shake off injuries with the big offensive front of Conwell, Dugan, Oates, Comiskey, and Eatman for Baltimore. And Fusina goes to the pass on the first play, is in a whole lot of trouble, and finally dumps it and throws it away. And flying in was Mike Weddington, outside linebacker from the left side, that grabbed a hold of the shoulder pads of Chuck Fusina. So immediately the New Jersey Generals show some pressure, and that's the kind of pressure that Chuck Fusina has been seeing so far this season.
It certainly has. You've seen Weddington just going inside of Irv Eatman, their key offensive tackle there. He gets the pressure on him. Chuck Fusina has been sacked quite a bit in the first 3 ball games, and they're not going to have any success unless you do a good job of protecting.
Irv Eatman had a rough weekend last week against Reggie White down at Memphis, too. Dunnick, the tight end, shifts over to the top of the picture now, the left side, and Fusina gives the ball to Kelvin Bryant. Bryant playing with a special boot on a sprained ankle, and he picks up a couple of yards down to the 44, where Tom Woodland and Jim Byrne gang up on him.
Keith, I saw him being taped up. It's his left ankle that's heavily wrapped. Special stirrups of a very strong material on that ankle, then a leather boot that covers the ankle. He normally wears a size 11.5 shoe, but that shoe on the left ankle is either a 12 or a 12.5, and that could give him some problems running today.
David Riley, who has not played much this year, is now in the backfield. Good pass receiver, 3rd down and 8. Fusina throwing from midfield, run out of the pocket, gets away, and he's got a first down. So Chuck Fusina almost collided and fell down, running into his own man, but is able to scramble on down the field and pick up a first down for the Stars.
You might recall, Keith, a very tough football game that they played last year against the Arizona Wranglers, where he just played a tremendous football game, having to run the ball late in the second half to bring his team back from behind.
He got away from Freddie Gilbert that time, but then he ran into David Riley and almost knocked him down. First down at the 26. Alan Harbin is back in the backfield for Baltimore. Hitzke is the wide man. They give it to Bryant. Bryant cuts it over the right side. Kelvin Bryant down to the 20. So he picks up the better part of 6 yards before LeClaire and Weddington bring him down for New Jersey. Lockett, Woodland, and Byrne, the 3 down men for the Generals on defense, with Weddington, LeClaire, Joyce, and Leopold, the backers. The secondary is where the injuries have really hurt him. Ken Johnson is playing sort of hurt today. Kerry Justin and Donnell Daniel, I guess, probably the only real healthy ones back there. Gregory Johnson dinged up a little, but he's a tough one. It is 2nd down, and call it 5. Bryant over the left side, big hole inside the 15, down to the 13, another first down. Gregory Johnson and Jim LeClaire bring him down, but the hole was over the left side behind Dugan and Conwell. They put it down on the 14-yard line, and the Stars this year have been able to get out in front in all 3 games. They had a 13-0 lead over Memphis before losing. They had a 17-0 lead over Oakland before playing an overtime tie. Fusina on first down from the 14. Goes short to Alan Harbin. He gets away from Weddington and finds his way to about the 6-yard line. Doug Flutie standing and watching on the sidelines. Another look at this play.
And now Daniel does a good job of coming in and making a tackle. Right here, he's getting excellent protection. You know he wants to really put the ball in the end zone. Alan Harbin, a very little halfback from Cincinnati. Not very big, but excellent strength in his legs. Makes a catch. Gets him just a tad closer.
He's just inside the 6. It is 2nd down and 2.5 for a first down. Kelvin Bryant looks for some daylight in the middle, finds it over the left side behind Dugan and Oates, And he's down around the 3. And he's got a first down. First and goal for Baltimore.
I think it's going to be a long day between Eatman and Lockett. So both those guys are scuffling a little bit back there. Eatman trying to drive Lockett off the ball. It was blocking him a little bit longer than James felt he should have.
I would think that Irv's prides hurt a little bit after being cuffed around in that second half by Reggie White last week.
I think Irv has had it pretty easy for the first 2 years. He hasn't really had that much competition to go against. Now he's got some real talent to play against him, White and others.
First and goal from the 3. If you've seen her rolls, throws, touchdown, Kelvin Bryant. So the Baltimore Stars come up with a Flutie interception at the New Jersey 46, and they take it to the end zone.
That was the kind of drive we have come to expect from the Stars, mixing up the run and the pass, a little play-action pass here. Most people probably thinking this team would choose to run so close to the end zone. Chuck Lucina finding his consistent halfback, Kelvin Bryant, for the short 3-yard touchdown.
The USFL's all-time leading scorer with 267 points, Dave Trout, for the conversion. Nails it. At 7 minutes and 18 seconds to play in the first quarter, the Baltimore Stars at home for the first time lead at 7-0.
No matter how fast life gets.
For a touchdown to put Baltimore out in front 7-0. Dave Trout will now kick off. Mark McCants, who, as we noted, just rejoined the ball club, was the hot man for them last year on kickoff coverage. Let's see if he's still up to form. As Trout hits a low sailor, and Pegues has trouble handling the ball, has to pick it up on the goal line. Down he goes at the 11. That was a mistake. He should have left it alone because the wind is blowing about 20 miles an hour at the back of the kickers going from left to right, and that was a shot that Pegues couldn't handle cleanly.
Let's see.
The New Jersey Generals this season, and it is interesting that their quarterback is right there with their 2 prime running backs.
A lot of scrambling by the young Doug Flutie, getting away from pressure, picking up big yards. And if you have to run, make sure it's possible.
Walter Broughton shows up at a wide receiver spot. Came over from the Michigan Ball Club of a year ago.
Here it goes.
Inside, Walker spinning for a yard and taking a lot of punishment. It was a tattoo on Herschel as 3 different people hit him. Sam Mills now has a microphone in his helmet, a very small one, and he just led the play defensively that time, and you'll be hearing Sam calling the defensive signals as Flutie calls the play for the Generals.
Stop saying 1 dog switch.
Almost got the Stars offside. Flutie rolls it out, throws a little lob to Carthen. Carthen is loose and out to the 30, 29-yard line. They'll give him for a first down. Mike Johnson, who came on to play quite a bit last year, now in his second year from Virginia Tech, and a very swift inside linebacker ran him down.
You see, Flutie is very effective with his faking of the handoff. He fakes it right here. The Herschel does a good job of hiding the ball, then rolls to the outside. And you see number 33, Carthen, just drifting out into the flat area. Now he's one-on-one with the linebacker. The defense of the Stars is playing a man-to-man coverage, which meant that had he broken that tackle, he would have been gone for a bigger gain.
From the 29, Carthen over the right side, picks up 3, maybe 4. Penalty flag goes down. Came out of the umpire's pocket. That normally means holding. And it does this time.
Offense.
It was interesting, too, that George Cooper, the right outside linebacker for the Stars, held his ground. He did not drop off, even though I'm sure he knew there was a receiver behind him. He stayed out there to make Flutie commit himself.
Well, to make sure he drops the ball off, not to give him so much running room to do his thing in. You're also going to see the linebackers playing farther outside with a strong safety, number 23, Antonio Gibson, coming up to play right over the tight end. And in most cases, it'll be man-to-man coverage when you see that defensive alignment.
We certainly saw last week that defensive linemen are not going to handle him. The penalty makes it first down inside the 20. Ludy finds a hole, but he didn't get much out of it. Maybe a yard, as Dave Ofer, the nose tackle, was there to bring him down. He was looking downfield, had nobody available, and nobody coming back to the ball, so he took off.
Well, both the outside linebackers came upfield to box him in to cut down the room he could scramble or roll to the outside. So once he was boxed in, the pressure from inside started to move in on him. So as he cut back up the center of the field, number 94, Dave Ofer, was there.
It is Walker to the outside, and Herschel gets up to the 34-yard line. Garcia Lane brought him down. Garcia 5'9", 175 out of Ohio State. Herschel 6'1", 225. It's a mismatch, but Garcia did his job.
Herschel seems to be running a lot stronger today, Keith, than I've seen him in previous games. He's looking at his blocking, finding the holes, but watch him put his shoulder down here. He's just ready to go in and take people on.
28 yards on 6 carries so far in this first quarter with 4:05 to play, and Baltimore leading 7-0.
Flag action. Far left. Go, foot left.
Scott Werner showing blips, and we get a whistle and a flag. There's still time remaining on the 3 seconds left on the 30-second clock. Procedure call, false start along the offensive front. Doug Mackey, who's been restored to active duty and in the action for the first time. Veteran out of Ohio State.
Back to the 24.
You saw that time, number 25, Scott Warner. He is the nickel back, the fifth defensive back on obvious passing downs. He was jumping around there at the line of scrimmage. Vince Tobin likes to have his team blitz quite a bit in those situations.
Warner's up in the middle this time. Walker on a sweep. Good blocking for Herschel, but well short of the first down. So that holding call against New Jersey really hurt him, and they come up 9 yards short of the first down as Cooper and John Walker bring down Herschel Walker. So into the ball game now will be Partridge. Rick to punt into a strong wind, averaging just under 41 yards per punt. Had a pretty good week last week. Garcia Lane is the return man, and into this wind he'll be lucky to get 35 yards out of it.
Back deep for the Stars, number 47, Garcia Lane.
They go after him, get some pressure on him. It's a high kick, wobbles into that wind, and bounces straight up in the air. And the Baltimore Stars are going to have the ball just short of the 45, and there's a penalty flag. Let's see about roughing the kicker.
Well, I think a number of linemen left early. The linemen, only the people on the outside can rush down before the ball is kicked.
That's the
Illegal
call.
motion. Right tackle, offense.
They may want him to kick again. They've got the ball in good field position just short of their own 45 or on the 45, and they're going to take it there. They're going to take it there. It was only a 24-yard punt, so that'll give you some idea of what the kickers and passers are going to be looking at it, moving right to left. The University of Maryland, the new home of the Stars, having moved here from Philadelphia. The first time the Stars had the ball, they put on an authoritative drive and put it in the end zone for a 7-0 lead. They now start from their own 45. Yusina on first down goes down the middle and off the hands of Scott Fitzke. That's a pass that Fitzke normally is going to catch for you.
Well, you mentioned it before. Last week, Keith, there were about 3 passes were thrown to Scott Fitzke that he didn't handle. In most cases, he would. He is usually a very sure-handed receiver. This ball's a little bit high, but nothing that Scott can't handle. Excellent conceived play action on first down. He's right there. I don't know why he's not hanging on to the football.
Cold, for one thing.
Oh, that shouldn't really bother Scott. I mean, from Penn State, he's certainly accustomed to catching the ball in cold weather.
They outlawed Stickle.
That might be a problem.
2nd and 10. They run it with Harvin. And Alan Harvin crosses midfield and gets on the New Jersey side for about a 6-yard pickup. And they're milling around out there in the middle in a dust storm. This old field has a sandy bottom. And they get on down into the autumn where the Terrapins are playing here, and it gets pretty heavy going. But it's firm and fast footing today. Willie Collier is in now at wide receiver along with Victor Harrison and Scott Fitzke on 3rd down and 4.5. He goes big down the middle. It is incomplete. And that's a fine play by Ken Johnson against Victor Harrison. Harrison had the half a step.
He had the right play called against that defense. They had double covered the receivers coming to the inside, anticipating that Chuck Fusina would throw for the high percentage pass just to pick up the first down. But what happened was you allowed man-to-man coverage on the outside. You see, he does a good job of running the pattern. He's open. Right here, excellent defensive play, getting up in the air, knocking the ball down by Ken Johnson.
Sean Landetta, who played at Towson State, not very far from here, is in to punt, not having a very good year so far, but is rated as one of the better punters in the USFL. Wind at his back. Knuckleball that is in the end zone and beyond the field of play, and so the New Jersey Generals, after that 49-yard punt, will have the football first down at their own 20, 1:49 to play first quarter. So Yugoslavia, the two little guys, Matti Nuukkonen of Finland, who won the gold at 90 meters in Sarajevo, and Jens Weisflog of East Germany, who won the gold at 70 meters. Flutie turns and gives to Carthen. And Carthen out to the 23, close to the 24, and he took a pretty good lick from George Cooper, number 56, and Sam Mills, number 54. There's Jim Mora, the coach of the Stars.
Jim Mora, really a no-nonsense coach, very businesslike in his attitude about his football team. Team reflects that.
Check 735! Check 735!
Flutie gets away from some of the pursuit, but not all of it. It's a little different game plan that he's looking at today.
I think right there you saw a perfect example of what Vince Tobin has in mind for him. Now, when he'll scramble here, he checks off on this play, calls an audible. Now he's rolling to his right, and you see the pressure from the outside and inside. But as he scrambles to the outside, you see number 58, George Jamison. He's right there, waiting for him to come back, keeps him boxed in. He's not hit and makes the tackle. That's a tough tackle to make, too.
You bet. George Johnson, Mike Johnson was the man pursuing him. That's the 5th sack of Flutie this season. Out of the shotgun they work now on 3rd and 11. Might have been a little early with contact, but he got away with it. Jonathan Sutton covering Clarence Collins on the sidelines. And it looked like Jonathan had made contact a little soon, but he got away with it.
Clarence Collins was stumbling going down for what looked like a low pass, and he was just coming over the top of him.
Now, with that football at the 19, Partridge comes in to punt. Garcia Lane is standing up near midfield, so the Stars should get very good field position once again. 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. They got 10 red shirts up on the line.
He's just back 30 yards from the line of scrimmage, which is not very far.
He gets it out of there, gets a better kick this time. He got better rotation onto the ball, into the wind, and Garcia Lane ducks away from 2, and then comes on back around the 40 before he is brought down. And that was a particularly good punt into that wind of 46 yards.
That was a good punt, and surprisingly good with this strong headwind going from right to left. Had that not been a situation where the Baltimore Stars were rushing so many people, it would have been an even better return because that ball was up there, may have outkicked his coverage. But with everyone rushing the punter, New Jersey was able to get a lot of people down there and cover that kick well.
It is just over the 40. Officially will be the 41 of Baltimore, where the Stars go to work. Kelvin Bryant. And Bryant, with those long legs, will fool you. Puts on a little power as he comes to the line of scrimmage and surges all the way up to the 48 at the end of the first quarter of play. So after 15 minutes, the Baltimore Stars, in their home opener, have a 7-0 lead over the New Jersey Generals.
Well, Baltimore leads because of the turnover, the intercepted pass by Garcia Lane. Both teams, again, trying to keep the ball on the ground because of the swirling wind at the stadium.
Second down, 3 from the 48 of Baltimore. Kelvin Bryant, outside, first down. And goes down to the New Jersey 43-yard line. One pair of numbers that were not reflected in the first quarter stats. It only took 26 minutes to play 15 minutes of football. That may be a league record.
It certainly might be. This game could be over with by 5 o'clock.
At the 43-yard line of New Jersey now, Baltimore offense looking crisp and sharp so far in the ball game. On first down, the pass. Short man, Bryant, out of the backfield. Shakes 2 tacklers. Goes for a first down in the 30. Now that's the kind of Kelvin Bryant we have seen before. Sam Mills, the linebacker, with Tim Brandt now.
Keith, he's already thinking about the next series defensively, and it looks to me like you have picked up some tips. When they're sitting back on their heels, they're going to pass. Have you read that?
Well, yes, they're showing pass pretty good right now for us, and we're able to read it right now pretty good, and hopefully we can keep reading it throughout the game.
Sam, on containment of Flutie, is the key just staying in your lane?
Well, yes, we have to get good contained. We have to get our ends upfield right away and keep them inside the pocket.
All right, thank you. They don't want to overrun the play, Keith. They're trying to stay home for that cutback.
All righty, 29-yard line, first down. This time it is Brian Thomas in his second year. Out of Pittsburgh, 190-pounder. He's in there in relief of Kelvin Bryant. Bryant, remember, playing with a very sore ankle. Tackle made by Tom Woodland. Pick-up of 5 yards for Brian Thomas. And it's second down and a long 5. Baltimore's offense has gained enough yards, but the tip-off to the kind of mistakes they've been making, they produced less than 17 points per game. Into the middle. This time goes Alan Harbin, and he's down to about the 21. Got to go to 19 to get his first down.
In their first 3 ball games, they've been at the 20-yard line in scoring territory, and they've turned the ball over. People have tightened up their coverage. They've made their mistakes, and that's why they haven't come away with the points.
It is 3rd and 2 now as Jeff Rodenberger, who played here at Maryland, goes in and literally becomes a blocking back. Kelvin Bryant is back into the lineup, and he is the I-back. That's number 34, Rodenberger. He figures the play goes right, and it does, with Kelvin Bryant carrying on the sweep for the first down. Look out! Inside 5, touchdown, great run! The loafer from Tarboro, North Carolina.
He runs that sweep so well, Keith. That time, running to his right, he is able to cut off his good ankle, the healthy one, and just make the sprint upfield. He just, like you said, lopes along, and watch, he'll see the hole open up, and he turns straight upfield, and then he puts on a burst of speed. A good little move to the inside, and the rest is just his ability and leg strength, breaking tackles, getting into the end zone.
Trout for the extra point try. And he missed it. He hooked it to the left. It looked like the hold by Reardon might have been either bobbled or a little late coming down, and Trout hooks it out. A 21-yard run by Kelvin Bryant for the touchdown, his longest of the season.
Longest of the season because, as we said earlier, he's been hankered by the ankle injury. But right here, he looks like he's not having a problem with it at all. Nothing has stopped him from his low instinctive moves, the fluidity which we've grown accustomed to seeing in this young man.
You're not going to arm tackle him either. He is strong. So it's 13-0 Baltimore to nothing. They led Memphis 13-0, lost both games. And the Generals were down by 10 going into the fourth quarter last week as Maurice Carthen, the big fullback type of runner, hammers away inside and gets 5 yards.
Keith, the defensive philosophy in today's ball game of, as Sam Mills said, staying home, not allowing the cutback for Doug Flutie, will work well against a running attack also, because they'll stay home when they hand that ball off inside to either Carthen or Herschel Walker.
Walker is the deep man out of the eye. He's got it. And Herschel's got a first down as he comes up to the 35. Tim Brandt now with the racehorse from Carolina, Kelvin Bryant.
Keith, to answer your question, he says the ankle's fine. Now, I've got to ask you, you've had the lead in the games before. You still haven't won yet. That's got to be in the back of your mind.
Yeah, you know, we got to play a full game today. We've been playing good, the first half. We got to put a full game together today.
Are you surprised at how easy the two-year scoring drives went?
Yeah, New Jersey got a pretty tough defense, and he's just knocking them out of there right now.
All right, KB. Keith.
Carthen carries not much, maybe a yard, as he comes out to the 36, so it'll be 2nd and 9 now. Let's listen and see what Sam Mills calls defensively.
Touch shade, one dog switch. Touch shade, one dog switch. Ready?
One dog switch. I don't know which dog he's talking about, but I hope he gets there.
On 2nd and long, it looks blitz to me.
He's checking off.
Now they change their defensive formation. Flutie straight back. He's got nobody to throw to. Throws it in the direction of Walker. Herschel is yelling about being held, but gets no call. Man coverage back there by the Stars so far has been effective.
Sam Mills, whatever that was he called, was the right defense, because Doug Flutie came to the line, saw it, checked off to a different play to try and counter that defense.
Buffalo 51 Storm. Buffalo 51 Storm. Ready?
Buffalo 51 Storm. Do you have any idea what that one might be, Keith?
I would guess there's a blitz involved with this one. Now you see the nickel start moving up around and bouncing around. Gibson is up on the line, the strong safety. He's going. And down he goes. Gibson and Werner looping from the outside, but it was John Walker, number 99 from Nebraska, Omaha, that got him.
Number 25, Scott Warner, the man who comes in on the prevent defense, also in on the play. They're playing man-to-man coverage. You have more people. Look at Sam Mills. He's standing in the middle reading, but all the pressure comes from the outside as they bring Doug Flutie down on 3rd down.
You had Werner, the nickel back, number 25, bouncing around in the middle. You had Gibson on the outside and Walker coming on the inside. And Partridge wobbles one downfield, but it takes a New Jersey bounce and goes out of bounds at the 10. Whoa, 61-yard punt. I knew if they got that thing up in the wind, it would go forever. 61 yards by Partridge. Control this offense that has looked pretty sharp so far. That's Fitzke in motion. This is Harbin. And Harbin again runs out of a tackle and picks up 6 yards.
Harbin had number 70, Bill Dugan, out in front of him, along with Kelvin Bryant, doing a very good job of blocking.
The Memphis Showboats, one of the undefeated teams in the USFL, 3-0 in Birmingham this week, and behind in the first quarter, 7-0. Second down, closer to 5 than 4. The ball is just over the 15. Rodenberger lines up on that right side, but they come back left with it as Kelvin Bryant carries to the line of scrimmage, and that'll do it. Freddie Gilbert filling the hole. Defensive end from Georgia made the catch.
Number 53, Bobby Leopold, did a great job of taking on Chuck Comiskey. Comiskey came out as a lead blocker on that play. Bobby just made contact, got low, stood him up a little bit, then whirled on him, spun around, turned the play inside for Gilbert to make the tackle.
It brings up third down and still about 5. 3 wide receivers now. Usena's pass is away. The ball thrown in the general area of Willie Collier, who had been turned upside down as he made his cut in front of Donnell Daniel. And now Landetta comes in to punt into the wind. First kick was a 49-yarder with the wind.
Sean Landetta, like most punters, is concerned with his average. Let's see what he does with it again in the wind.
He's got to get rotation. Must get a tight rotation to get distance into this wind.
But sometimes when you try too hard in this situation, you force a bad kick.
Not bad, not a very good rotation on it. Hangs it up well and gets it up to about the 48, where Donnell Daniel makes the fair catch. It was a 34-yard punt. 13-0, Baltimore lead. Here's a freeloader with a fairly comfortable place to watch the game from. Dormitory just over behind the stadium. We're on the campus of the University of Maryland. Sort of reminds me of when the Breakers were playing at Nickerson Field up at Boston University.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Lots of free tickets over there.
48-yard line. First down for New Jersey on the Baltimore side. Give it to Carthen, and Carthen is thrown down by William Fuller, defensive end, who was right there the minute Maurice got the ball.
Well, they do seem to be reading the offensive line and attack of the New Jersey Generals very well. They played the run exceptionally well. The passing attack, they put pressure on Doug Flutie, sacked him a few times.
Losses back to the New Jersey 45. Second down, 11. Or 12. Not 12. Straight back. Grips it down the middle. Penalty flag goes down. That's interference against Antonio Gibson. The pass intended for Sam Bowers. Antonio just wrapped him up before the ball got there.
And he's got his hands full trying to hang on to and cover.
Pass interference. Number 23, defense.
Sam Bowers.
Burl Sorgan is your referee today. Marv Durenberger, the umpire. Jeff Bergman, the head linesman. William, I think that should be Lang, is the back judge. Joe Richwine, side judge. And James Anderson is the field judge. Doug threw that ball so hard, though, it would have been interesting to me as to whether or not Sam could have handled it, because he sent him a bullet. Ball is down to the 35.
Sam would have been able to handle it.
35 of Baltimore, first down, New Jersey. Flutie back on first down. Chase is on, gets away, and throws to the end zone, overthrows Collins. The wind blew it away from him. William Fuller, number 95, had a piece of Flutie, but he shook him off.
And he was rushing. I mean, he showed real good speed chasing him down there, although he didn't really catch up to him.
John Joyce, linebacker for the Generals now. Let's talk to him with Tim Brandt.
Keith, you heard the Stars say they were surprised at how easy they moved offensively. John, what are the problems they're causing you defensively?
They're just executing a lot better than we are at this point. They're doing nothing that we didn't think that they do. They're just coming off the ball much harder than we have so far. We're going to change that this next series.
All right, Keith.
Doug Flutie, 1 out of 6, 16 yards, picked off one time, works out of a shotgun, second down and 10. Gets it off, pass is going to be caught by Danny Knight, and this time Knight came back to the ball.
That time he came back extremely well. Doug Flutie, again, under pressure, stepping up into that pocket, escaping the rush of the defensive line, found Danny Knight on that far sideline, zipped it in. Well, watch the speed in which he comes back for this football. If he doesn't come back, this ball is picked off easily. You see the pressure again coming from the outside. Now watch Knight, number 80, coming all the way back. Because he came back so hard, it actually cost him the first down. But they've got another down to go to 1 yard. Better that than having the ball picked off.
Better than 3rd and 1 than not having the ball at all.
Then 20-0.
They go to Carthen. And Carthen over the top, across the 25, near the 24, and that'll be a first down. The wind is a factor in this ball game. There's no question about it. Going left or right, A lot easier than going right to left. 13-0 Baltimore leads. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. And the Generals really with their first threat of the ball game. Herschel had in mind spinning off the stack that time, but couldn't regain his balance and goes down after reaching the 21-yard line. Flutie sprained the middle finger on his right hand, his throwing hand, last week early in the ball game against Los Angeles, but said it felt all right coming out today. Looks like another first down. He ran that time with some power.
He certainly did. Power and speed. He wasn't concerned at all what was happening in front of him. He just took the ball and actually took off to force the play. He got good blocking up in front, so look how fast he hits it. He's past that line of scrimmage, and he almost picks up a first down without showing any effort at all.
He's picked up 51 yards now on 10 carries in the ball game. It's third down, about 1.5 yards.
Over the top.
You heard Sam Mills call over the top. That's exactly where Herschel Walker went. And looks to me like he's got his first down at the Baltimore 14-yard line.
They called him straight up in the air, but he was beyond the first down marker. I think he was beyond the first down marker.
Looks to me like the ball is very close to the 14, and that should be enough. It is. Los Angeles Express coming up with a decisive win over San Antonio. Some highlights of halftime for you. And Tampa Bay, a winner over Arizona. Some highlights of that one for you at halftime. And on St. Patty's Day, we'll visit with a lad named Kelly from Houston. First down. Showing blitz. Oh, he got his pass away, but he took a lick. Sam Mills was coming like a freight train. And Flutie released it in a hurry, and the pass is incomplete.
It's a real good thing for Doug Flutie. He was backing up as Sam Mills comes up. The last minute, they're all adjusting up to the line of scrimmage. The defensive lineman engaged the blocker. Sam Mills springs loose. And Doug Flutie knows he has to get the ball away very quickly. Just tries to pinpoint a pass inside. Incomplete.
Changes now. Buddy Moore is in. John Walker is in. They're particularly good pass rushers. Scott Werner, the nickel back, is in. The ball's bouncing around. And it is picked up by Herschel Walker. Herschel got a good bounce. Came right back up to him, and he saves possession. But it will bring up third now and very long.
Doug Flutie had to really flip that one down quick. He had some pressure. It looked like number 23, Antonio Gibson, was coming in, blitzing on this play. We'll take a look. And watch how he just flips it low. He actually had to flip it underneath Carson. I don't know if Carson was supposed to go forward like that.
Lucky to get it back. Ball is down to 23. Got to go to 4 for a first down.
He's checking off.
Throws it hard to the corner. Pass is incomplete, intended for Clarence Collins. He had Collins available, but the pass was a little low and a little late. And so it's fourth down.
Number 26, Jonathan Sutton, was coming up just inside of Collins. The ball had to be low, or else it would have provided him with a good angle and an excellent opportunity to pick it off.
Ruzek for the field goal try from 39 yards now. Russ Mitchell snapping, Rick Partridge holding. Mitchell's first game as a snapper. Plenty of distance, but he hooked it and missed it. So Ruzek making his second field goal try of the season. He is now 0 for 2. No change in the score. He at 3 Eastern and Pacific, 2 Central. Pete Weber won twice this year on the tour. And they'll be rolling them in Milwaukee next Saturday. From the 22 now, it'll be first down for the Baltimore Stars and Kelvin Bryant bouncing to the outside. Shoved out of bounds by number 26, Terry Justin for New Jersey.
From what John Joyce was telling Tim Brandt, it's the intention of the New Jersey defense to get quite a bit more physical, Keith, and to meet the attack of the Philadelphia Stars at the line of scrimmage. Stop them from, the Baltimore Stars.
Didn't make it.
Well, the Philadelphia Baltimore College Park Stars with a semi-home field advantage.
Second down and 7, coming up on the 2-minute mark to go in the first half. Bryant again hit in the backfield that time by a penetrating Jim LeClaire, and he gets up across the 25 to the 26, and there's your 2-minute warning. So a couple of minutes to go in the first half of play. The Stars leading the Generals 13 to nothing in the first USFL game here at College Park, Maryland. Now gets it off, and it is incomplete. Brian Thomas coming across the field, could not get away from Bobby Leopold, and the pass is incomplete, and that stops the clock with 59 seconds.
Credit the secondary of the New Jersey Generals for doing an excellent job keeping everyone covered, long and short, on that particular play. Chuck Vicina used up a lot of time just scrambling around for an incomplete pass.
Victor Harrison's out
Second and 10 for the Stars. On the General
Collier is
27
back
yard
in.
line.
Herbert Harris is in, and Scott Fitzke is in.
He's checking off. I think he reads blitz. He's reading a New Jersey blitz, and it is.
Goes to the short man, angling across the middle. Number 86, Willie Collier, in front of Kerry Justin. Pass is complete, but short of the first down, and now the Stars spend a timeout.
Stop for New Jersey.
Baltimore with 2 timeouts remaining and 47 seconds. And from here, I can tell you right now, a field goal is
Tough.
almost impossible with that wind.
Be real tough. David Trout played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, went to the University of Pittsburgh. He's got a good, strong leg on him. He gets the ball up fairly quick and high. But in a situation like this, getting the ball up high is not an asset because that's where the wind will have more of an effect. If he kicked from here, it would be a 38-yard field goal attempt.
Add 10 with the wind.
That's right. Obviously, the motivation here for Moore to get his team on the scoreboard once again is the fact that in the back of his head, he too realizes his team has given up leads in that second half. So when they've got the opportunity early in the ball game to get a few more points, you've got to go for it.
I don't think New Jersey will see the ball much before halftime. Only 47 seconds. It is third down and 4 for the Baltimore Stars.
I'm sure Doug Williams on the sideline right now, Keith, thinking, well, if I get the ball back with 15 seconds, what can I do?
21-yard line.
Vicina gets it away in a hurry and throws behind Victor Harrison. Chuck got it away with the heat coming. And now we're going to see that 38-yard field goal try into the wind with 43 seconds to play. So New Jersey will see the ball and will have the wind at their back.
You saw there number 47, John Joyce. He said he intended to be a bit more aggressive, come off faster on the ball. He did that time, forcing the incomplete pass.
All right, Trout missed the point after kicking into the wind. Tim Reardon, the holder. Joe Happy, the snapper. 38 yards and timeout. Reardon called the timeout. I don't know what he had in mind. He looked up and didn't like what he saw.
The coach may have told him, since they can afford to use the timeout with only 30 seconds left in this ball game, it's 43 seconds in the ball game, to go ahead and wait and let the clock run down a little bit Then get another full 30 seconds to go out there and set up for the field goal attempt.
Well, he didn't use very much of the time that time. He should have let it run for a while before he called the timeout.
They could have, of course, been thinking about a fake field goal and then going for it.
Reardon, of course, is the backup quarterback to Fusina.
But if they were thinking that, I'm sure right now, number 47, John Joyce, the linebacker, is coming in, telling the defensive unit of New Jersey to be aware of any gadgets or trick plays.
He kicks it. And he got it. So Trout, who missed an extra point, nails this one, and he had plenty of leg on it. And at 38 seconds to go in the first half, it is now 16-0. The Stars lead, and they will kick into the wind to the Generals. So the Generals can get a couple of plays, maybe even 3.
They'll have to be very quick ones to get 3. And however, if they are passing plays, as we suspect, obviously, if it's incomplete, the clock will stop, save them some time without using a timeout.
The Generals, I don't think, have what you would call blazing speed at the outside receiver spot.
They don't. The fastest person they would have, if they line him up on the outside, is Herschel Walker. And Herschel Walker, by no means, is a wide receiver in terms of what kind of moves he has. If they play him man-to-man coverage, he has the speed to run by it if they don't give him a big enough cushion.
Trout's last kickoff into this win went down to the 9. Donnell Daniel and Rod Pegues, the return men.
But watch how high it goes. It'll get up there and probably hang in the air for a good 5 seconds.
That should nullify a long return.
Oh, he hits it low.
Knuckleball on the ground, this time picked up by Sam Bowers, tight end. And Bowers getting to the outside, brings it out across the 30 to near the 35 before Scott Niziolek brings him down. Scott Niziolek, incidentally, out of Boston College, caught the very first touchdown pass that Doug Flutie threw at BC.
31 seconds. Doug Flutie comes onto the field. How much time did he have left in the ball game when he threw the pass to Phelan for the touchdown against Miami? 6 seconds?
6 seconds, yeah.
Sure he wishes he had Phelan about right now. A little confidence in him.
There's a surprise. They give it to Herschel Walker, and Walker runs for a first down and gets out of bounds at the Baltimore 40. Big pickup for Herschel. He rolled right along with that one, and with 23 seconds to play in the first half, now New Jersey is going to take a timeout to talk about things, and they have 2 remaining.
Oh, while the world was thinking pass, the New Jersey Generals gave the ball to Herschel Walker, and he did a great job.
He did not get out of bounds, but in the final 2 minutes of each half in the USFL, as in college football, the clock is stopped while the chains are moved. This must be a collegiate chain crowd, because I noticed that when a first down is made, they are hustling with those chains.
One of the officials told him to move the down marker. They had it hidden behind the big round circle there. He couldn't see whether it was first down or second down.
Moment with Tim Brandt.
Keith, you and Swanee were talking about the timeout that Tim Reardon called before the field goal. They were not going to try a fake. I talked with Tim. The wind was really swirling at the time. They called a timeout, hoping it would die down. And what happened is the wind completely died, and he nailed the field goal.
Well, it's an Irishman's day. Reardon. First down from the 40. Flutie out of the shotgun. He lets it go to Bowers. So he bought some time with the rollout. He had big William Fuller looking him right in the eye, but he kept dancing around, and Fuller couldn't commit himself because of Flutie's quickness, and finally Bauer opened up, and you got a first down at the Baltimore 16. 12 seconds to play.
He was also like a little traffic cop out there, Keith. He rose to the outside because people were covered. He had Herschel Walker in front of him and Sam Bowers trail him. Now watch him directing people, telling them to move. He'll point, move out of the way, there you go. And he just lobs it in sidearm to Sam Bowers.
From the 16. Flutie's got it, flips it, and I think the ball might have been tipped. He was rolling it and looking to Carthen, and he missed him by a yard.
They tried to hold the linebackers with a little play action right there and give him some room to the outside on the rollout, but I don't think he fooled anyone that time.
But he still had Carthen available. He was open. 8 seconds. Could be the last play. Collins coming to the bottom of the picture, or the right, Knight to the top. Collins incomplete in the end zone. 3 seconds to go, and it brings up third down, and in comes Ruzek in the field goal unit.
That ball was thrown inside of Collins. He had no chance really to make the play on it as the Baltimore Stars were blitzing, and Doug Flutie had to release the ball very, very quickly.
Ruzek, who missed earlier from 39 yards, will go from 33 yards this time. And timeout called by Baltimore.
Who? Baltimore?
Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
Sam Mills, who is the man calling the defensive signals for the Stars, comes over to see whether or not anybody has anything special in mind as to how to get to Ruzek.
I think they're hoping that Ruzek has gotten to Ruzek. He thinks about it too much.
From 42 yards, Ruzek did against Orlando, and today he has missed from 39, so he's 0 for 2 on the season. Roger out of Weber State in Utah. Rick Partridge holding was a collegiate punter at the University of Utah. Kick is away, and this one's good. And so as time runs out to end the first half of play, the Generals get on the scoreboard. At halftime, the Stars 16, the New Jersey Generals 3. So we'll be back with today's halftime activities after this message.
Try and make the tackle.
New Jersey will kick off, and it's Baltimore working with a win in the third quarter. The Generals will have it in the fourth quarter. It's Mark McCants returning the kick, found a little bit of a hole, got him across the 25 out to about the 27.
Mark McCants making his presence felt in this ball game.
You've got to keep in mind, though, and I don't want to just keep harping on it, but I think on a day like this, it's very important. And you've got the wind at your back, and you've got to move the football. It's a tremendous advantage. So Baltimore here probably thinks they need at least another touchdown, if not 2, to be relatively secure going into the fourth quarter.
Most quarterbacks will tell you they can't think about the win. They just have to go out and execute, fire the ball in there.
That's true, but it'll definitely shorten your patterns when you're working into it. Kelvin Bryant starts out, breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, and keeps on pounding across the 35 to the 36. Boy, he's running with power today. He gains from the 27 9 yards. He now has 105 in the ball game.
The last time Kelvin Bryant played against the Generals was in a playoff game, and he ran for 117 yards. Many of them runs just like this. People thought they had him. Jim Byrne had him around the ankles, but he keeps those legs driving, picks up another 4 or 5 yards.
And he's got the first down as he slams his way to the 40.
Kelvin Bryant with the ball.
Jim LeClaire and Mike Weddington, John Joyce and Bobby Leopold, the linebackers, Woodland, Byrne, Lockett up front, Justin, Donnell Daniel, Gregory Johnson, and Ken Johnson in the secondary. They are without Preston today and still without Jerry Holmes. But Holmes should be ready next week, I would think. Baltimore first down at the 40. Busina puts it over the middle. The pass is caught by Scott Fitzke, a teammate from Penn State, and that'll be another first down out near the New Jersey 48-yard line. Kerry Justin, the tackle. Offensively for Baltimore now, it is Conwell, Dugan, Oates, Comiskey, Eatman, Dunnick, the tight end. Harrison, Collier alternating as wide receivers along with Fitzke. Chuck Fusina, the quarterback, Kelvin Bryant, and Alan Harvin starting in the backfield. And right now Harrison's out and Willie Collier is in at a wide spot. Bryant looking for a hold. This time can't find it. I don't think he gained anything as they rolled him down. LeClaire leading the tacklers.
In the first year of the USFL, the offensive coordinator for the Stars was a man by the name of Joe Pinson, who later went on to be the head coach of the Pittsburgh Maulers. When he was the offensive coordinator for the Stars, he really didn't want one person carrying the load offensively. He didn't really want to hand off the ball to Kelvin Bryant that much, choosing to spare him. After he left, and the offensive coordinator became Jim Erkenbeck, he really wanted to give Kelvin Bryant the ball as much as possible.
Bryant out right now, and Brian Thomas in, goes to Harvin up the middle. And Alan Harvin takes it down to the New Jersey 40 for an 8-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Alan Harvin, quite a story. A time in his life when they thought perhaps he might never really walk again. But here he is playing professional football.
One time when he was on the campus of the University of Cincinnati, he was in a wheelchair because he had both legs operated on, just couldn't get around.
3rd and a long 2. Bryant back in. And he's got it. And he's got the first down on second effort. And leading the blocking for Baltimore was Jeff Rodenberger, number 34. Rodenberger comes in that slot position, in effect becomes a blocking back. And with Rodenberger at 225, 235, Eatman 270, Comiskey 290, and Dunnick, the tight end, at 245, that's a lot of folks.
And it is typically a running formation, but what you have to do is, late in the ball game, be careful that you don't sink a little pass in it.
First down to throw. Pass was a little low for Bryant, and the sun becomes a factor now. Looking back from the posture he was in is like a lot of the old left field, right field sun fields in baseball. He looked right back into the sun.
When that happens, Keith, what you have to do is you have to see the ball coming and anticipate just where it's going to be. If you can't see it, then you know the ball is right in the sun. So what you do is you try and catch the sun. Hopefully there's a ball there somewhere.
And you don't break 3 fingers. 2nd and 10 from the 36. Harvin trying to go to the outside and does get some, about 3, where Bobby Leopold runs him down. They've held the football now for 4.5 minutes. The Stars leading the Generals 16-3 as we go into the 3rd quarter. It is 3rd down and 6, and Bryant on 3rd down rushing plays has picked up 61 yards on 3 carries and scored a touchdown today.
He also has a touchdown and a pass reception.
The pass away, the pass is caught, and the pass is good for a first down at the 24 of New Jersey, Scott Fitzke. He had 2 years in San Diego, a couple of years with the Eagles before coming over to the Stars when the team was formed in the USFL, and here's why.
This is a very typical drive of the Baltimore Stars, a possession, ball control drive, mixing up their plays inside and outside, using a variety of backs, eating up the clock.
Thomas, the I-back, has the ball. Brian Thomas, big hole over the right side. Big hole over the right side and a penalty flag. Might be a hold.
Holding, number 69, offense.
Birmingham has now jumped out to a 21-3 lead over Memphis with less than 2 minutes to play in the first half. So the Showboats' undefeated record right now in some trouble. Basketball score of note for this part of the country in particular. Maryland's Terrapins beat Navy today, 64-59. And the Fighting Illini beat Georgia today, 74-58, NCAA basketball.
Of course, Memphis being behind that ball game with Birmingham is in keeping with what has happened to every opponent that has played the Philadelphia Stars thus far in the season. They've lost
Following week. First down marker goes back to the 30. They've got to go inside the 14 to get a first down. Pass to the sideline to Fitzke. Right on the numbers by Fusino. Scott steps out of bounds at the 17-yard line, and now they need only 3 for the first down. Kelvin Bryant is back in, having had a breather, with Brian Thomas coming up with a big run that was wiped out by the penalty. This crowd seems to be into the spirit of things, don't they? They're still nettled in this part of the country about the Colts leaving town in the middle of the night. This is Kelvin Bryant to the outside. Booms over the top. Depends on where he hit the chalk.
Of course, back in Philadelphia, there are a certain number of the fans who aren't happy with the fact that the Stars team did leave because they were developing a following.
Yeah, but if they're going to go to the fall...
But if they're going to the fall, it was necessary for them to move.
Measurement shows first down, and here's the run by Kelvin Bryant.
Kelvin here getting the outside. You see he just lowers his head, takes on the small man in the secondary, number 26, Kerry Justin.
You know, the colleges this fall will be playing with a new rules change which frees the arms more of the offensive linemen than previously. So the anticipation is that there'll be more scoring in college football probably this fall. On first down, Fusina to put it up. Into the corner. Touchdown, Harrison. He slipped away from Ken Johnson on the fade corner pattern and just faded away with the ball.
That was a good route down in there close. You can't run it very deep. He slips inside. Excellent protection. Fusina just lost it to the outside, and you see him running away from the cornerback. Plenty of room to spare in that corner for Victor Harrison.
Trout now after the dance on the sidelines for the extra point. Good. 8:40 to go, third quarter. Baltimore Stars now lead it by 20, 23-3.
You'll see the rush by the New Jersey Generals. He drops in the pocket. There's very low pressure, although he's still hit there from the outside. Chuck Fusina from Penn State gets the ball away. Easy pass for the touchdown.
They go 73 yards. They use 12 plays to get there and burn up 6 minutes and 20 seconds off the third quarter clock. Where I come from, folks stand proud and tall. They'll look you right in the eye. It looked like the Stars were beginning to shuffle around a little bit here and might even been thinking about onside kick. Fusina on the sidelines, visiting now with Erkenbeck, Jim, the offensive coordinator for the Stars. Let's see if the Stars do have something in mind. If they did, they've now tipped it off. There's your movement again. Kick is away. It'll go way beyond the end zone and gone. So with 8:34 to play in the third quarter now, the New Jersey Generals finally get the football in the third quarter. Tim Brandt's party last night.
Oh, we call him singing.
No, that is a good life. They were fun. Ball at the 20 now, and Herschel Walker over the right side, big. It's a foot race with Garcia Lane. Lane couldn't get him, and it's touchdown. George Cooper finally got of him. Garcia Lane slowed him down, but Walker goes 80 yards for a touchdown.
That may in itself be the best run Herschel Walker has made in the 3 years he's been here with the USFL. Without a doubt. You see him get to the outside, and he's got some great blocking right there. 2 men are taken out in front of him. Now this is where Herschel Walker excels, just using his speed. He's got a clear field. Look at the speed of Garcia Lane, but he misses. He picks up another block downfield. Now it's just he and Cooper. Cooper hangs on to him right there. He just falls over backwards into the end zone.
Walker now with 14 carries has 150 yards. High snap, kick, slam to the left side. It was a high snap, and the Generals continue to have trouble with the snap. They had some trouble last week on getting the ball to the tee and a couple of bad snaps on a punt. Got a new man doing it today, and he snaps one high. But here's a repeat of the run of Walker.
Now you see him, he's looking at number 47, Garcia Lane here. Right there,
Danny Knight for the block. Yeah.
Who was downfield. Receivers can make the difference between a short gain and a long touchdown.
So the 80-yard sprint by Walker has put New Jersey back in the hunt. 23-9 now. And R.L. Harris, the deep people, for the Baltimore Stars, and Jim Mora and the Stars have to be a little shocked after that 80-yard sprint by Herschel Walker. Again, to make the point of what's been happening to the Stars in the second half, the opposition has outscored them in the second half of play in 3 games, 54-17. It's now a 23-9 ball game. Both teams having missed extra points.
Most yards gained in a single season by Walker is 194 in 1983, and that individual record could be in jeopardy this afternoon.
Well, now they may have to bring somebody out to hold the ball on the tee because the wind keeps blowing it off, and I think Ken Johnson's going to come over and hold it. Really gusting cold wind whipping down the Ides of March in Maryland. March is a terrible month.
No,
Winter is supposed to be over. Spring is supposed to be coming, but dadgummit, it doesn't feel like it.
March is an excellent month.
Why?
I was born in March.
Oh. That's, wow. Eyes of the beholder, right?
What's stumbling over there?
McCants watches it go out of bounds. That'll back him up 5. Happy birthday. What are you now?
A little scuffle on the football field there.
A couple of guys got tangled up. One of them was Cooper. He'll break it up. But there is a penalty flag laying there, so New Jersey was to be penalized 5 yards
Out of
for...
bounds. Free kick. Out of bounds.
That's 5 yards.
Personal foul this way.
That's against Baltimore.
This way.
That's against New Jersey. They'll bring you back, kick it from the 35.
That's right. Officials will take that yellow flag in a scuffle like that and just toss it up in the air to make the fight stop.
Yep. Well, it's quicker than playing the end. 21-3, Birmingham leading Memphis at halftime. And Cliff Stout having a big day. He's thrown 2 touchdown passes. First quarter USFL score. Oakland out to a 7-0 lead over Jacksonville. And we've got a final basketball score. Memphis State beat Alabama Birmingham 67-66 in overtime. Gene Bartow taking UAB back to the campus where he used to coach. Scott Werner now is talking to one of the officials about something, and it's that argument that is holding things up for just a moment. But Scott loses it. Now they're ready to kick off again from the 35. 23-9, the Stars lead, and they've just been shocked by an 80-yard touchdown sprint by Herschel Walker. Low sailing kick. This has got a chance to go out of bounds too. Oh, you made a mistake. McCants picked it up, and I think one more roll, and the ball might have gone out of bounds. He picks it up because Mark didn't think it was going to go out. Maybe it was starting to roll back inbounds, and he picks it up, and he gets nailed about the 8-yard line.
Well, what Mark should have done after seeing the first kick that they tried to kick to that sideline was moved up a bit. He didn't. Now he's trying to judge the ball again. Now watch it. He thinks it's rolling out. It's about to. And then he reaches down and grabs it. By then it's too late. And he almost fumbles the ball here as he's hit. He's very fortunate he didn't lose that football. A big break for New Jersey.
Yeah, the Devils are after the Stars again in the second half. From the 8. First down. 7:46 to go in the third quarter. Kelvin Bryant outside. Ken Johnson, the cornerback on that side, was coming up, and he had to be thinking, oh boy, I'm going to put my helmet on this big guy from the Stars, and he really didn't get a shot at him as Kelvin Bryant slid away from him, and I think Bryant has hurt his ankle again. You got a holding call against Baltimore, but the more important thing right now is that Kelvin Bryant took off his helmet, stayed on the ground, and they're working on the left ankle, which was hurt coming in.
Well, when Kelvin Bryant has to run from right to left, gets to the left side of the field and has to cut upfield, he's putting all the pressure on his left ankle, the one that is heavily wrapped with a leather boot, and over the top of that wrap. I have a feeling, Chief, that his injury extends far beyond that of just a minor sprain.
Spend a moment now with Tim Brandt.
Keith, after that last drive of Philadelphia where they scored on the touchdown pass, Kelvin came out then and was really suffering from cramps. It's the same thing again. They just cut the tape off his calves. You can see him walking off the field now, trying to bounce on his toes and get those muscles working again. But that's all it is, just calves to the cramps to the calves.
How could he have cramps on a cold day like this?
Well, he had them taped very tightly, and that'll do it. You're cutting the circulation off.
He's had problems with that before, Keith.
The penalty now has moved the football back to the 4-yard line. Brian Thomas is in, replacing Kelvin Bryant. So it's first and 15 from inside the 4 as Fusina looks to throw out of the end zone, hits Rodenberger, and Big Jeff Rodenberger comes barreling up the sidelines and picks up a first down for the Stars.
Now the Philadelphia Stars take a gamble right there, and it pays off for them. They get backed up close to the own end zone. Everybody anticipates run. Here it's a good play-action pass. Faking it to Harvin. He had all of his receivers going downfield. He finds Jeff Rodenberger, who's coming across shallow, picks him up on the sideline, and Jeff turns it upfield to get additional yards.
Rodenberger made some big plays for them the last couple of years, too. Played his college ball here on this very field at Maryland. Ball is out on the 24 where it's a first down. Given to Brian Thomas. And Brian gets a greeting at the 25.
In honor of St. Patrick's Day and Jeff coming back, the University of Maryland even painted the field a little green.
Tom Woodland was the man that laid his helmet on Brian Thomas along with Leopold, and he gets 1 yard.
Chief, I call it Coliseum green, not Kelly green.
You also called him Philadelphia again. That's 3 times.
Did I call him Philadelphia again? Jeez. I'll work on it. I'll work on it.
Second and 9, Fusina. Little lob down the middle to Brian Thomas out of the backfield. He's up to the 32 and decked by Jim LeClaire. They're about 2.5 yards short of the first down as the old pro from North Dakota laid the hit on him.
I now have Baltimore taped to my wrist.
Good. Doing it today, and he snaps one high. But here's a repeat of the run of Walker.
Now you see him, he's looking at number 47, Garcia Lane here. Right there, that
Danny
was Danny
Knight for the block. Yeah.
who was downfield. Receivers can make the difference between a short gain and a long touchdown.
So the 80-yard sprint by Walker has put New Jersey back in the hunt. 23-9 now. And R.L. Harris, the deep people for the Baltimore Stars, and Jim Mora and the Stars have to be a little shocked after that 80-yard sprint by Herschel Walker. Again, to make the point of what's been happening to the Stars in the second half, the opposition has outscored them in the second half of play in 3 games, 54-17. It's now a 23-9 ball game. Both teams having missed extra points.
Most yards gain of the single season by Walker is 194 in 1983, and that individual record could be in jeopardy this afternoon.
Well, now then they have to bring somebody out to hold the ball on the tee because the wind keeps blowing it off, and I think Ken Johnson's going to come over and hold it. Really gusting cold wind whipping down the Ides of March in Maryland. March is a terrible month.
No,
Winter is supposed to be over. Spring is supposed to be coming, but dadgummit, it doesn't feel like it.
March is an excellent month.
Why?
I was born in March.
Oh. That's, wow. Eyes of the beholder, right?
What's all that stumbling over there?
McCants watches it go out of bounds. That'll back him up 5. Happy birthday. What are you now?
A little scuffle on the football field there.
A couple of guys got tangled up. One of them was Cooper. He'll break it up. But there is a penalty flag laying there, so New Jersey was to be penalized 5 yards
Out of
for...
bounds. Free kick. Out of bounds.
That's 5 yards.
Personal foul this way.
That's against Baltimore.
This way.
That's against New Jersey. They'll bring you back, kick it from the 35.
That's right. Officials will take that yellow flag in a scuffle like that and just toss it up in the air to make the fight stop.
Yep. Well, it's quicker than playing the end. 21-3, Birmingham leading Memphis at halftime. And Cliff Stout having a big day. He's thrown 2 touchdown passes. First quarter USFL score. Oakland out to a 7-0 lead over Jacksonville. And we've got a final basketball score. Memphis State beat Alabama Birmingham 67-66 in overtime. Gene Bartow taking UAB back to the campus where he used to coach. Scott Werner now is talking to one of the officials about something, and it's that argument that is holding things up for just a moment. But Scott loses it. Now they're ready to kick off again from the 35. 23-9, the Stars lead, and they've just been shocked by an 80-yard touchdown sprint by Herschel Walker. Low sailing kick. This has got a chance to go out of bounds too. Oh, you made a mistake. McCants picked it up, and I think one more roll, and the ball might have gone out of bounds. He picks it up because Mark didn't think it was going to go out. Maybe it was starting to roll back inbounds, and he picks it up, and he gets nailed about the 8-yard line.
Well, what Mark should have done after seeing the first kick that they tried to kick to that sideline was moved up a bit. He didn't. Now he's trying to judge the ball again. Now watch it. He thinks it's rolling out. It's about to. And then he reaches down and grabs it. By then it's too late. And he almost fumbles the ball here as he's hit. He's very fortunate he didn't lose that football. A break for New Jersey.
Yeah, the Devils are after the Stars again in the second half. From the 8. First down. 7:46 to go in the third quarter. Kelvin Bryant outside. Ken Johnson, the cornerback on that side, was coming up, and he had to be thinking, oh boy, I'm going to put my helmet on this big guy from the Stars, and he really didn't get a shot at him as Kelvin Bryant slid away from him, and I think Bryant has hurt his ankle again. You got a holding call against Baltimore, but the more important thing right now is that Kelvin Bryant took off his helmet, stayed on the ground, and they're working on the left ankle, which was hurt coming in.
Well, when Kelvin Bryant has to run from right to left, gets to the left side of the field and has to cut upfield, he's putting all the pressure on his left ankle, the one that is heavily wrapped with a leather boot and over the top of that wrap. I have a feeling, Keith, that his injury extends far beyond that of just a minor sprain.
Spend a moment now with Tim Brandt.
Keith, after that last drive of Philadelphia where they scored on the touchdown pass, Kelvin came out then and was really suffering from cramps. It's the same thing again. They just cut the tape off his calves. You can see him walking off the field now, trying to bounce on his toes and get those muscles working again. But that's all it is, just calves to the cramps to the calves.
How could he have cramps on a cold day like this?
Well, he had them taped very tightly, and that'll do it. You're cutting the circulation off.
He's had problems with that before, Keith.
The penalty now has moved the football back to the 4-yard line. Brian Thomas is in, replacing Kelvin Bryant. So it's 1st and 15 from inside the 4 as Fusina looks to throw out of the end zone, hits Rodenberger, and Big Jeff Rodenberger comes barreling up the sidelines and picks up a first down for the Stars.
Now the Philadelphia Stars take a gamble right there, and it pays off for them. He gets backed up close to the own end zone. Everybody anticipates run. Here it's a good play-action pass. Faking it to Harvin. He had all of his receivers going downfield. He finds Jeff Rodenberger just coming across shallow. Picks him up on the sideline, and Jeff turns it upfield to get additional yards.
Rodenberger made some big plays for them the last couple of years, too. Played his college ball here on this very field at Maryland. Ball is out on the 24 where it's a first down. Given to Brian Thomas. And Brian gets a greeting at the 25.
Now there's St. Patrick's Day, and Jeff coming back. The University of Maryland even painted the field a little green.
Tom Woodland was the man that laid his helmet on Brian Thomas along with Leopold, and he gets 1 yard.
Keith, I call it Coliseum green, not Kelly green.
You also called him Philadelphia again. That's 3 times.
Did I call him Philadelphia again? Jeez. I'll work on it. I'll work on it.
2nd and 9, Fusina. A little lob down the middle to Brian Thomas out of the backfield. He's up to the 32 and decked by Jim LeClaire. They're about 2.5 yards short of the first down as the old pro from North Dakota laid the hit on him.
I now have Baltimore taped to my wrist.
Good. I remember years ago when they changed the, I heard that, they practice in Philadelphia.
They do practice in Philadelphia.
Some still live there. It's hard to make that change. 3rd and 2. Throw for it. Nope. Going to run for it, and he gets it. Fusina hook slides at the 42 for the first down.
As Chuck was going into his hook slide, number 47, John Joyce, was coming across the top with what looked like an axe about to take him around the throat. You'll see it here as he runs downfield right there.
Charlie will let you know about it, too. You see, he came up instantly hollering. He is not shy.
When you're running with the football, you take your chances.
From the 42. Thomas in for Bryant. Cuts it back against the grain and turns it into a fair-sized gain of about 7 yards before Joyce brings him down. 4:45 to play in the 3rd quarter. 23-9. The Stars lead. And New Jersey has only had the ball for 1 series. And literally 1 play as Herschel Walker went 80 yards for a touchdown. Kelvin Bryant is back now. Bryant's got it. Bounces off the stack. Well, that's an all-pro run there.
That's right. I'll tell you, Irv Eatman is having a great ball game. He was blocking number 74, Jim Byrne, that time. Kept him so occupied, you see it down here at the bottom of the screen, kept him so occupied that when Kelvin bounced back, came to the outside, Byrne was not even in the play. Big Eatman was standing there facing him off. Out of UCLA, all USFL for the last 2 years.
And it's a first down at the New Jersey 43. Fusina wants to go deep. Does go deep. He's got a man. And Harrison can't pull it down. Victor Harrison looking back into the sun. Defender was Gregory Johnson, and he couldn't pull it down. You know, Tim Brandt was telling us about the tapes being cut off of Bryant's legs a while ago to stop the cramps, as you see the replay on it. I'll jog your memory a little bit with a story of some years ago when Joe Bellino was a Heisman winner for Navy. And Joe came out to Seattle, played at the University of Washington, playing one of those Rose Bowl teams that Jimmy Owens had out there, and Bellino kept getting leg cramps. And finally, Bob Peterson, the trainer for the University of Washington, realized what in the world was going on, so he cut the tape off, or suggested the Navy trainers cut the tape off. So Bellino goes on and has a great day, and Navy beat him, 17-14. Second down and 10, and Fusina calls a timeout with 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Baltimore Stars leading New Jersey 23-9, but they need some more, and they're certainly trying to get some more.
Around here people seem to say it all without saying a word.
There are still places where you can shake a man's hand, buy him a Miller, and you've got yourself a deal.
Miller's made the American way, born and brewed in the USA, just as proud as the people who are drinking it today.
Miller Beer. Purity you can see, quality you can taste.
Miller's made the American way.
One reason why Duracell batteries deliver such long-lasting power is because we're always improving them. In fact, today's Duracell batteries will last up to 20% longer than the ones we made just 3 years ago. And we'll keep on improving them through rain, snow, sleet, dead of night. Duracell, the copper top battery. When it comes to making them last longer, we never stop.
There's your corrected score. We've got 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and coming up on ABC's Wide World of Sports next Saturday, the Atlanta 500. It's 1.5 miles, and you can just firewall it and let it go, and you've got all the big boys. Billy Elliott, who won the Daytona 500. Dale Earnhardt, who won the High Life 400, and Neil Bonnet, who won the Carolina 500. 2620, the Atlanta 500 next Saturday at 4:30 Eastern Time. Yusina back on second down and 10. Good protection. Pass away, and the pass is caught down around the 32-yard line before Fitzke is knocked back in the arms of Kerry Justin.
Kerry Justin was all over him, too. Scott Fitzke not real happy about not getting a pass interference call on top of that.
Well, he didn't get a very good mark, I'll tell you that, because he caught the football down around the 32, and they've marked him back outside the 33. Watch where he catches the ball.
You see there.
He's got both feet on the ground, and now he's wrestled back.
And they should give him that forward mark, and they didn't. He comes up short for the first down.
One of the differences in this ball game today is the fact that Fusina had been sacked 13 times in 3 games and intercepted 4 times. And today, no interceptions and no sacks.
You probably give that credit today to the offensive line. Of course, you could probably lay the blame on them in the earlier ball game.
Or the other ones, yeah. 3.5 a yard. Fusina keeps it, sticks his helmet in there, and gets the first down.
All right, roll it out, roll it out. Come on up.
Clock is rolling at 2:50 to go in the third quarter. The Generals will have the wind at their back in the final period, and that is effective. Well, Memphis having trouble in Birmingham. Houston is playing Denver. It's a matchup of the run-and-shoot guys. Monday night game. We'll have 2 undefeated teams. This is Kelvin Bryant back in the game. Cuts it to the outside, and he runs into number 23, Donnell Daniel, and John Joyce, number 47. Now Bryant and Joyce get into it a little bit, and then Comiskey comes over, and Comiskey now is hotter than a hornet. And that's a little bit of a mismatch, because Chuck is going to come in at 290 against Joyce's 230. Chuck certainly didn't want Joyce beating up on his running back.
That's right. But I don't know of a linebacker that would ever back down to an offensive lineman in the fight. They'll take him on. I thought you get everything you want.
I mean, common sense doesn't play a role in it.
Common sense never plays a role in it.
Back goes Fusina. Keeps on it. Gets it off. Bounces the ball on the ground in front of Harbin. And Fusina is thrown down by number 72, Lynn Madsen, and that gets some hooting from the crowd. Now Madsen and Irv Eatman are having a little talk. Things are getting feisty down on the field in this third quarter. You know what I mean? Little finger pointing time.
Oh, boy. Says, my hand's bigger than your hand.
Now watch Madsen. See, he comes in there a little bit late, and he's put his helmet on Fusina. At least folks thought it was late, and Eatman thought it was late.
Let's see what happens on this play in the trenches.
Minute and a half to go in the third quarter, and New Jersey's only had the ball 22 seconds in the whole quarter. Fusina's pass to the sidelines is cradled in by Scott Fitzke and a first down at the New Jersey 15-yard line. And Fitzke is not getting up for the moment. He drove Justin back and then curled in front of him and made the catch.
Well, here you see that Chuck is getting great protection. They just spread out that defensive line. Oates has nobody to block. Right on the line. Right there you see the catch low. I can't tell how he got hurt.
I can't either. Timeout for him with 1:16 to go in the third quarter.
We're in bounds over here, huh? We're in bounds.
You are looking at the most advanced shock absorber that Monroe has ever made. Gasmatic, so advanced that in testing, people preferred the Gasmatic ride 3-to-1 over conventional shocks.
The difference was dramatic in the control, the stability, and the comfort.
A ride so superior, if Gasmatics don't give you the best ride ever, we'll replace them no charge. Monroe Gasmatic shocks and struts for the best ride ever, guaranteed.
Let's see.
Merrill Lynch reminds you your IRA is probably now a sizable investment.
Oh, with this year's $2,000, Steve, it's worth over $9,000.
And no one has more ways to invest your IRA
Zero coupons are good.
than Merrill Lynch.
Oh, utilities, CDs.
Call the people who help you manage your IRA as an investment instead of a deposit.
Great, let's do it.
Merrill Lynch people, a breed apart.
Next Sunday on the USFL, red-hot thrower John Reeves and the explosive Tampa Bay Bandits take on Doug Flutie and the New Jersey Generals. Action starts at 2:30 Eastern next Sunday on ABC Sports.
That's an incredible time story in the third quarter, and on top of that, Baltimore has run 24 plays, and New Jersey won.
They are still trying to warm up from the halftime break, but if they can come back and keep that average up, it'd be all right.
Yeah, not bad.
One play,
80 yards touchdown. This is a first down from the New Jersey 15. Fitzke came out of the ball game for a moment. This is Kelvin Bryant. And Bryant was only a step or so from popping that one into the end zone. And he's hot about it. He really thought he had 6.
Well, they're opening up the holes for him. They're getting excited. They want to take the football game, continue taking the football game in New Jersey, but you have to be careful. You see Kelvin Bryant dives here, then he jumps up and he starts clapping his hands and he gets excited. All that does is get the New Jersey Generals very upset. And they're going to start looking for more shots to take.
He gained 7, second down and 3. Bryant's got it, goes into the middle and gets the first down inside the 5 near the 4 with 15 seconds now to play in the third quarter. First and goal from inside the 5. And looks like they're going to let the quarter expire, and they will. So after 3 periods, the Baltimore Stars lead the New Jersey Generals by a score of 23-9. The USFL, the Generals and the Stars, continues after this message and a word from our local station.
Around here you can tell a friend's a friend. When you need him, he's there.
There's still a place where friend is a word you take seriously, where beer is beer, and the brand is Miller.
Miller's made the American way. Born and brewed in the USA. Just as proud as the people who who are drinking it today.
Miller Beer. Purity you can see, quality you can taste.
Miller's made the American way.
Ever wonder if your homeowner's insurance bills are getting bigger than they should be? Allstate makes it easy to find out. The next time you're in Sears, just drop off your current policy at Allstate. While you're shopping, we'll do everything we can to cut your costs down to size.
Good news?
Yeah, an insurance bill we can handle.
So can the mailman.
You're in your hands with Allstate.
A member of the Sears Financial Network.
He's blasting a new legend for himself. They call him Bannister.
I sincerely apologize, son, but would you mind holding that for a second?
He's one of 5 good reasons to stay on the good side. Men from Wild Side. Thursday at 8, 7 Central.
Nearly 70 years ago, Joseph Schnitzer founded Hill and Tire and Auto Service on the principles of honesty, fair dealing, and good old-fashioned personal service. Today, we still do business the same way, selling only top-quality name-brand tires like Kelly, made right here in Maryland. Our brakes, shocks, mufflers, and tune-ups are all backed by the Hill and Tire commitment. Our family helping your family. Stop by any of the 8 Hill and Tire and Auto Service locations today. Let Hill and Tire take the guesswork out of your road work.
Are you ready for summer? The competition is.
What? You're not ready for summer? Gained a few pounds? Well, summer's coming, and you've got to get ready. I have the solution. Holiday Spa. Join now and get summer free. Don't procrastinate. Make the commitment now, and watch how fast you see results. Why should you worry about shaping up for summer?
$18 a month for 18 months plus the summer free. Call Holiday now. Catch the Rhythm of DeBarge, Sunday night at 7.
The USFL on ABC. Today's game brought to you by Lowenbrau. When you want the taste of a truly great beer, there's really only one. Tonight, let it be Lowenbrau. And by Monroe, makers of the Gasmatic Shock Absorber. We're sort of shielded away. Reminds me of the old days, Jefferson Stadium and up by the freeway in Oakland and a few things like that. Ball is just inside the 5. It is first and goal, Stars. Kelvin Bryant. Maybe a couple. They mark him at the 3. It'll be second and goal, and Mike Weddington and Jim LeClaire were the primary defenders on that play for New Jersey. Just nothing open for him. He kept looking and looking and looking for a place to cut back, and there was nothing there.
The defensive team just strung it out because Kelvin's done such a good job of running to the outside, finding an opening and slicing through. That time they just had a moving wall in front of him.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him come left this time. No, they put Rodenberger over there on the right side. So they got the extra man over there, and Fusina's going to put it up. Throws it in the end zone and throws it away. And John Joyce hits Chuck Fusina with some authority as he released the ball.
He was looking for Ken Dunnick, the tight end, coming across that pattern, but he was well covered. Wisely used as much time as he felt necessary looking for an open receiver, then threw it away. Now we look at Joyce coming up. He takes a shot. That's okay.
We've got some changes now. As Harrison comes back in, Collier's in, Fitzke's in, Harris is in. They got 4 wide receivers. Third and goal from the 3. Fusina throws it on the ground in front of Collier. It was a bad pass. And so it is 4th down, and out comes Kraft. So New Jersey's got to get a little lift from standing off the Stars.
Oh, there's a fight, a big fight on the field.
Well, this is the 3rd fight that we've had.
Kelvin Bryant's in there. Joyce is throwing down the receiver.
It'll take a while to break this one up, I think.
I think they might have to play the national anthem this time around, Keith.
I'll tell you one thing, somebody who's showing some good common sense. The cops aren't out there. They're going to leave it to the fellas in striped shirts.
me of a fence-clearing brawl I had in college against Notre Dame. Of course, I was on the far side. Somehow managed not to get across during the fight.
Earl Sorgan had just said somebody's out of the game. Yeah, we'll find out who it is. I got a feeling he's had enough of it now. That's about the 5th fight they've had. And he's liable to be throwing some folks out right about here. Oh, I haven't seen anybody leave yet.
He may just have been instructing his other officials that the next time there's a fight, whoever's involved, they will just be thrown out right away.
Yeah, I think that's what he's telling everybody right now. In the meantime, Dave Trout is standing around waiting for an opportunity for a field goal try, and it will be from 20 yards out of Tim Reardon's hole. Walt Michaels has sent in some speedsters trying to get to Trout. But he gets it up and away, and it's good. And it is now a 26-9 ball game going into the final quarter of play. We've got 14:40 to play in the ball game, and the Generals will have the win.
Listen to these stuffy noses.
Afrin doesn't have it.
Tristan doesn't have it.
Only Sinex has it.
Ooh.
That quick feeling of relief from instantly penetrating Vicks vapors, plus a powerful decongestant that opens nasal passages and allows you to breathe freely.
Ah, complete relief.
For hours and hours, Sinex gives you both instant relief and complete relief. Sinex in regular and extra strength. From Vicks, of course.
1982, Diet Coke is introduced with a one-of-a-kind taste. 1983, Diet Pepsi reformulates its taste. But Diet Coke beats Diet Pepsi in taste tests across America. 1984, Diet Pepsi reformulates again to 100% NutraSweet. But Diet Coke with 100% NutraSweet beats Diet Pepsi again. 1985, Diet Coke is still one of a kind, still number one. And you are going to drink it just for the taste of it.
Introducing the head coach of the Memphis Showboats, Pepper Rock.
We're going to win this football game somehow. I don't know how, but somehow we're going to do it. And let's go out and pray. That's what I say. We all get paid when we pray. Don't we? Do we get paid to play? Yes. Will we play for nothing? No. You're wrong.
The preceding message on behalf of the United States Football League.
Earl Sorgan, the referee now, has gone to both head coaches, Walt Michaels and Jim Mora, and told the two coaches, the next time we have a fight, whoever's involved is gone.
Coaches will tell the players, don't do anything unnecessary, but don't stop being aggressive.
Defend yourself. Trout will kick off now with Pegues and Daniel deep for the Generals. And it's a high-hanging, very short kick taken by Sam Bowers. And Bowers comes back across the 35 and up to about the 37. Tim Brandt now with Irv Eatman.
Keith, every time there's been something going on, you've been in the middle of it, Irv Eatman. What's going on out there?
Well, those guys out there, I think right now they're pretty frustrated because we're pretty much kicking their butts. And, they're showing some frustration. They're trying to fight and that type of thing. I'm not going to stand by and watch anybody jump on my teammates, not at all.
Are they good shots, though, or are they late, or they... What is
they're cheap shots is what they are. And that's all too, and that's the only way you can classify it. I'm not going to let it happen.
What do the officials tell you?
Well, they're telling us all to cool off, and that's probably what we should do, but if they want to play that way, that's the way we have to play.
All right, Irv. Keith?
Mark McCants, the man who was brought back for the sole purpose of returning kicks now, and is a hot man on the kickoff coverage team for the Stars, is shaken up on the far sidelines, and he's being attended to right now.
It looked like it looked as if he got trampled, Keith. When Sam Bowers took that ball to the far side of the field, he had a couple of blockers out in front of him. Martin McCants tried to stop it. It was rolled over.
Well, now the burden is on Mr. Flutie. It is the second New Jersey play of the second half. They had one play in the third quarter, had the ball 22 seconds in the third quarter. It's remarkable. And now McCants is being helped off the field. Looks like an ankle problem. Lower leg anyway. 14 and a half minutes to play in the ball game. The Generals were down 24-14 last week in the final quarter and came back with a 21-point outburst to win it. That's the story of the entire game. But I expect now you might see the ball up a little more. Oakland 14-6 over Jacksonville in the second quarter. Bobby Abear's thrown 2 touchdown passes for the Invaders. Back goes Flutie. Zips one, Bowers, and he threw it right between 2 defenders. Antonio Gibson and Sam Mills were both there, and the Generals will go into the 2-minute drill. It's a first down up at the 48-yard line.
Jeff Speck, number 81, came in for Sam Bowers and brought a play in with him.
Calling the play at the line of scrimmage. Flutie running away from the pressure. Pulls it down, will go for it. And steps out of bounds at the 47 of Baltimore. So that's a pickup of about 5 yards.
That time when he scrambled, Keith, when he finally came back to the outside, he had one receiver to that side, number 82, Clarence Collins. But Clarence is so shallow, he really couldn't come back for the ball. But he did the wise thing in that situation. He turned upfield to create a cushion so that Doug Flutie would have a little bit more running room.
Second and actually closer to 6 yards. This is Herschel Walker. And Herschel is picked up and stopped at the 45 of Baltimore by George Jameson. George did it the right way with the big guy. He just locked in and picked him up.
The best way if you can get that position to stop Herschel Walker. Even though this is an obvious passing situation for them, last quarter of the ball game, behind 26-9, the kind of game Herschel Walker is playing, you can't be afraid to go to him.
A one-dog call means one of the linebackers is going to go. And Flutie drops. Gets it off. Speck got it. And Speck's got a first down at the 26 of Baltimore. He just kept buying time, and finally he looped one up in the air and Speck pulled it down.
The pass rush on Doug Flutie that time reminded me of a couple of real good sheepdogs trying to herd that sheep into a corner. They had the outside backer trying to stop him right there, pinned him in, but it provided just enough time for him to find Speck and lob it into the receivers.
Here goes Walker, and Walker is pounded at the line of scrimmage. Will wind up with a couple, and a penalty flag is thrown. Sam Mills among the hitters there.
Sam Mills had him. Mike Lush came in to give him an additional stick while he was still up. Let's see the call.
Inadvertent face mask, 5-yard penalty against the Stars. 12 minutes and 19 seconds. And the Generals are trailing by 17, and Flutie now is trying to brew up his potion again.
They're not wasting any time, breaking the huddle very quickly, coming to the line of scrimmage.
On 1st and 5, Flutie keeps it. Throws it in the end zone. It's intercepted. Mike Lush has got it. And Lush comes back across the 20 to the 21.
A very poor decision on Doug Flutie's part in throwing that pass at all, Keith. He fakes the rollout, and he wants to come back across the field. He's looking for Clarence Collins. Clarence broke open, but he broke open early. He didn't see Lush, and he was standing in perfect position to pick it off.
And the Stars have it at their 21 first down.
Whoa, why don't you and Carol come on over? Oh, it's too cold out. We got a great fire going, 4 steaks, and loaded browse. We're on our way.
The beer we'll pour must say something more somehow. So what took you so long? Tonight, let it be on now.
Don't lose your cool. Put your throat on 9.
Ice.
or a sore throat?
Nice. Showers minor sore throat pain and cough with medicine for temporary relief. Absorbs heat and cools your throat.
Feels slickering.
Put your throat on nice.
You're wasting toothpaste. I want all this protection. You want triple protection Aquafresh.
Cavity-fighting fluoride, breath-freshening gel, gentle, effective cleaners in one complete toothpaste.
Mothers prefer it.
Triple protection Aquafresh, a complete toothpaste. Whatever kind of car you drive, you want all the performance it has to offer. Fill it with Shell SU2000 Super Unleaded. SU2000 is a patented high-octane performance gasoline designed for smooth, quiet power. And it fights critical engine deposits that can cause knock. Turn your car into an SU2000 performer. Get Shell SU2000 Super Unleaded Gasoline.
Garcia Lane, 47. Mike Lush, 27. The interceptions today for the Stars. In the background, number 20, Mark McCants, sprained ankle, kick return man, is gone for the day. As a result of Lush's interception, Baltimore has the ball first down at their own 21, leading 26-9 with 11:50 to play in the game. The New Jersey defense now has got to take the ball away from Baltimore. And Alan Harvin picks up about 6 yards on that carry. And here's Tim Brandt now with Mike Lush.
Mike, I've got to assume with Flutie scrambling like that, the key is just maintaining composure and trying to read what he's doing deep.
Well, he's very good at picking out his receivers, and we knew that going into the game. Normally, when a quarterback rolls out like that, I really flood the zone, but I felt against him I'd have to stay a little more honest and stay in the middle, and I did that, and it worked out well.
All right, Keith, he just felt it and read it.
Thank you, Jimmy. 2nd down and 4. Long 4 for the Stars. Kelvin Bryant is hit right about the line of scrimmage. Again, to re-emphasize the point, the Stars had the ball for the entire third quarter except for 22 seconds. That was one play in which Herschel Walker went 80 yards for a touchdown. And the pressure is on right now, the New Jersey defense, to stop Baltimore and give the offense another chance. 26-9, the Stars lead, trying to win their first of the year, the defending champions. 3rd and 5. Yusina's got Riley. Riley's got the ball. He's got a first down and a lot of open field. Big David Riley out of the backfield goes all the way to the New Jersey 28-yard line. Well, give this big guy his help, and he's a force, but he's limping now as he comes off.
Well, if he makes a great catch here, usually you only see receivers making these kind of one-handed fingertip catches. But David Riley, nicknamed the Duck, calls this one in. And last year, Keith, remember that screen pass he caught?
Yep.
Ran all the way across to the other side of the field, long touchdown. He had to come out of the game after that one, too, but it was because he was too tired more than anything else. Comes up again with another big play.
Ball is marked inside the 28 of New Jersey. Yusina pitches to Kelvin Bryant. Blocking's on the right side. Bryant goes down to the 25. For about 2.5 yards, and LeClaire brings him down. A touchdown here, and you'll hear a door slam. 18 out of the 23 carries, Kelvin Bryant has gone over that right side behind Eatland and Comiskey. Third quarter, it's 21-6 now. Birmingham leading Memphis. And Oakland has had the lead shaved some by Jacksonville to 14-12. Bryant's out. Brian Thomas is in the backfield for the Stars. On 2nd down at about 8. Harbin for a couple to the 23. James Lockett brought him down.
After James made the contact, he felt he had it. He was very quick, trying to strip the ball away from him, trying to create something very quickly over there and stop them from going in and scoring. Right now, they are in field goal range for David Trout.
24-yard line,
3rd down and a little less than 7 yards. position. It goes quickly to Fitzke for a first down inside the 15.
Fitzke was sliding towards the sideline. Looked like he might have gone out of bounds, but he stopped just short. Keeps the clock rolling and picks up the first down.
7:40 to play in the ball game. Scott has now caught 6 passes for 69 yards, and Kelvin Bryant is back.
Over left! Scott left, green! Green left! Green!
Bryant is caught behind the line of scrimmage by Bobby Leopold, an outside linebacker who literally that time came from the inside and made a big play defensively for New Jersey.
Came from the inside upfield. He had the angle on Bryant. Bryant wasn't going to be able to outrun him. And again, he too tried to strip the ball away once he got on top of Kelvin's back.
Loss is back to the 21.
3, 5, 7, 9,
Keith, whenever I played football in this kind of situation, knowing that the opponent was going to try and strip the ball, when I was a receiver away from the side of the call, I would always trail that play in case there was a fumble, so the defensive team couldn't pick it up and run it in for a touchdown.
Second down, 17. Little lob to Bryant, set up a screen pass for him, gets a couple of blocks and goes back inside the 15 down to about the 14. The crowd today, 31,027. And the home opener for the Baltimore Stars, the home opener being at the University of Maryland campus in College Park. Some distance away from Baltimore, actually. Ticket sales, they said, were split about 50-50 between Washington and Baltimore.
Of course, they sold some 1,500 more season tickets here than they had in Philadelphia last year.
Third at about 9. His pass is in and out of the hands of number 84, Herbert Harris.
Number 24, Terry Daniels, came from the far side of the field in on a blitz to apply a little pressure to Chuck. But Chuck was able to get the pass away.
And he's waving his hand as he comes off as if it's hurt as a result of that collision.
You see him come in right there from the right side. That pass should have been caught.
Dave Trout is on now for a field goal try of 31 yards. He's hit from 38 and hit from 20 and missed the point after. All of his kicks have been into the wind. Nailed that one. And so at 5 minutes and 38 seconds to play in the football game, the Baltimore Stars have a 20-point lead. 29-9.
They say it takes a big computer company to...
The almost personal tutor there of Doug Flutie trying to find some way to get some points on the board. Time, obviously, the ally now of the Stars as they kick off. And Wynn hangs it up. Pegues drops the ball at the 15 and gets back to the 20, fumbles the football, and the Stars almost got it, but New Jersey came up with it as John Joyce saw the ball come loose, went hunting for it, and Easter egg. 21-12 now. Oakland out over Jacksonville as Bobby Hebert just hooked up with Derek Holloway for 61 yards. That's 3 touchdown passes for Hebert today.
Part of that Michigan franchise that merged with Oakland, making it a much stronger football team.
This will be the 8th play, only the 8th play of the second half for New Jersey now. There's a scramble for the ball. As Flutie drops to throw and goes down the middle, the ball is deflected and...
somebody caught it, but who?
Incomplete. Nobody. I think Sam Mills was one of those in there that had a shot at it. Sam Bowers was the intended receiver.
Yeah. Well, that time it looked like the freeway at rush hour. There were so many bodies in there.
I'll tell you folks around this area, if you got plants outdoors, you better bring them in the house tonight. Second down and 10. Out of the shotgun. Flutie's pass is away and good for a first down. Pass is caught by Danny Knight. Chuck You've seen it now with Tim Brandt.
Keith, no matter what happens here the rest of the afternoon, it looks like it's pretty well sewn up. The question is about your thumb, your re-injured thumb. How bad is it?
Well, I don't know why, but all this year I've been pinning my hand on things. I got it on a helmet, and it'll be fine. It's the other part of the hand, luckily, and I should be fine.
Moved the ball quite easily today.
Well, we did a good job. We said that we were going to try to run the ball, and we run it well effective.
All right, Keith.
Flutie is in a scramble. Throws that little lob pass upfield to Danny Knight, and it doesn't gain anything because Knight winds up dropping it. And Doug, actually, if he had been able to get a block from Knight, should have been able to pick up some yardage that time.
Yep, the fans were booing there because they thought a clipping penalty should have been called on Kerry Ilirenko.
Not really.
But he just kind of leaned into the guy from behind, spread out both his arms, just tried to show the officials that he was not trying to block him, but trying to keep away from him.
Flutie is now 6 out of 18, 96 yards. He's been picked off twice. He's got Speck down the middle for a moment, but can't pick him up. Now Speck's coming back to help. The pass goes to Walker as Walker came back to help, and the pass is complete at the 45 of Baltimore. But it's a 20-point lead they've got to whittle on, and they've only got 4:12 to play.
That was one of the things we talked about before, coming back to the football. That time, Speck was running downfield. They had a big cushion. Sardog was waiting for somebody to break open, came right back to him, but it took so much time, Keith.
There's a penalty flag. I think that'll be encroachment. That one goes down the middle to Jeff Speck, and he rolls inside the 20. Looked to me like one of the stars got caught in the neutral zone. One of the defensive players.
One of the things, Keith.
Offside. Defense.
Yep.
Penalty decline. First down.
They take the play, which is a first down at the Baltimore 19.
Keith, one of the things that has hurt the Stars in the second half is the fact that they've chosen to go to a lot of blitzing defensive formations. And against Oakland, they were blitzing Oakland, man-to-man coverage, and Hebert found Carter for the tying touchdown in that ballgame.
Flutie rolls it out, gets it away, and it's batted down. And it looked to me like it was 56 Cooper that slaps it down. The Memphis Showboats now with a comeback against Birmingham. It's a 21-13 ball game as Walter Lewis has hooked up with Greg Moser on a touchdown pass. Lewis is another scrambler. You can't let him wander around too much or he'll tear you up. It'll be second down and 10 for the Generals at the Baltimore 19. Now 3:39 to play in the game. Walker goes wide to the top of the picture or the left side there as you see it from the end zone as a wide receiver.
Looks like man-to-man coverage on him too.
Flutie lobs it away. The pass is complete to Walter Broughton, and that's Broughton's first catch as a member of the New Jersey team. But it's a very short pickup, just inside the 15.
Okay, there's 3 minutes and 20 seconds in this ball game. The Stars have a big lead. I have to disagree with the way Tobin's playing the defense, trying to apply pressure all the time.
He's a tough little guy to corral, I'll tell you that. Throws it quickly. Again, it is Walter Broughton catching the short pass. And what about the mark? It could be a first down, and it is a first down. So it's inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. First and goal for New Jersey at the Baltimore 8. Down the middle. Incomplete. Broughton again. The target. A little quick pop that Walter could have caught.
Mike Lush, number 27, at a safety position, was standing there waiting for him. As he touched that ball, Mike Lush came up to lay a hit on him. And even looking at the ball, he might have been in position to pick it off. We'll see it here again. There's the contact.
He's clearly on his hand, though, right in his number.
He should have caught it.
Easy to say up here.
Easy to say down there, too. I've been there before.
Second and goal from the 8. Give it to Carthen. And Maurice Carthen is knocked down at the 4 and a penalty flag. linesman threw the flag.
Illegal motion, number 85, offense.
That's the problem with the new man,
Walter Broughton.
Ball comes back to the 13, where it'll be second down.
Now, it looks like today on Tim Patrick's Day, the leprechaun was in the back pocket of the Stars. They had all the breaks today, and they've made most of them.
There's been some fair head knocking out there, too.
Yes, sir.
Moody rolling to the sidelines, goes back down the middle, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Clarence Collins, and Collins had drawn a crowd.
Keith rolling out to his left side, throwing that pass. All the defensive people move to that left side because they know very seldom can you complete the pass going back to the far side of the field. 22 players on that football field right now. All 22 were on the left side of the football field, making very crowded, very tough to throw a pass.
Third and goal from the 13. Moody's pass is batted up into the air and intercepted and now dropped. But covered by Baltimore out around the 22-yard line by Don Fielder. Mike Lush had the interception, dropped the ball, and Fielder covered it. And the play, if it stands, should be...
The official right now is saying that Mike Lush may not have had control of the football.
That's what I'm wondering about.
And we'll take a look at it on the replay. The ball's tipped up. You see there, he doesn't have control.
Does he?
No, he doesn't. He never had control of the ball. But that would be a good call by the official. That's a great call by the official, being on top of it. He never had control of the ball.
So they're trying to sort it out down on the field as we come to the 2-minute mark to play in the game. Jim Mora on the ruling by the officials that Lush did not have possession of the ball. I don't think he did. You look at it.
You see right here, he never has control of it. Not one single time. That is not possession right there. He's still bobbling, hits his knee, and right up his knee, it bounces off into the ground. Not a fumble.
The play stands as ruled.
You see it here again.
Is charged to Baltimore.
It's a good call. And they're what now? 0 for 10, I guess, in challenges that I know of.
That's correct.
So it's a good call by the officiating crew.
Jim Mora should not be upset. He should just say, well, the officials have come a long way. They've improved a great deal since year one. And be happy.
That's right. That's right. That was definitely the right call. Crowd of 31,027 watching today. And for the New Jersey Generals now, it is 4th down and goal from the Baltimore 13. 1:59 to play in the ball game. 29-9, Stars lead. This will be it for the Generals. Flutie is all the way back to his own 48-yard line, and finally he is run down. Run down by William Fuller.
Doug Flutie, Kate, we've seen it time and time again, can usually get away from one man who's coming after him. That time, William Fuller chasing him downfield, forcing him back, but he also had help. He had a couple other people chasing him, not giving Flutie any direction to turn and roll to get away.
So from the 13, they come all the way back to the 48, a loss of 35 yards. And Baltimore takes over the ball with 1:49 to play in the game. And they look to have their first win of the season as Alan Harbin runs it around the corner and picks up about 3 or 4 yards. So they came in 0-2-1. Harbin did go out of bounds to kill the clock at 1:42. But today, they have not self-destructed. There have been no turnovers. There have been no sacks. There have been no plays involving negative yards, and they have been flagged only 4 times for penalties. So that is a big turnaround in their basic character of play.
I think the intensity of this ball game, what Irv Eaton called the cheap shots by New Jersey, helped to keep their heads in this ball game.
Yeah, they got a little angry. Yep.
Yes, they did.
But they're a better football team than they have been playing. I think you're pretty sure of that. This is Kelvin Bryant now on 2nd down and 5, and he's got a first down. As the second effort puts him a yard past the marker, and Oakland-Jacksonville now have got a pretty fair little scuffle going on. Ed Luther playing today for Jacksonville at quarterback has thrown his second touchdown pass with less than a minute to go in the second quarter, and it's now Oakland 21, Jacksonville 19. Bobby Hebert with 3 TD passes in that ball game. Bryant comes off the field, and Brian Thomas replaces him at the running back with 1:25 to play in the game. And now for Baltimore, it's just a matter of running off the clock.
Go 25 on 36. Lee, are you there?
Ball is on the 41 of New Jersey as Fusina takes the snap. And we'll just simply sit down with it. And we're rolling it up to a minute now. And
that's enough to play.
Let's see. Timeouts remaining. New Jersey's got timeouts, but apparently realizing that it's futile to start spending timeouts here because they're not going to score 20 points in 50 seconds. There's the Birmingham-Memphis game now in the 4th quarter, and the Jacksonville-Oakland game, which is in the 2nd quarter. A 2nd down and 13 as Fusina again yields yardage as he takes the snap and sits down, and that should be the last snap of the ball game. So the Baltimore Stars come home to Maryland, and they win a ball game for the first time this year. Their record goes to 1-2-1, and they are not out of it in the Eastern Conference by any stretch of the imagination. 2 hours and 45 minutes, one of the shortest games we've had in the USFL history, I think. And the New Jersey Generals record now will go to 2-2, and we'll see them next week against a tough Tampa Bay team at the Meadowlands. We'll be back to sum it up for you in just a moment. Your score, Baltimore 29, New Jersey 9.